staff. But going back to the slurry, by the way. So most of our stuff is like central, or I'd even call it south central on this map. To sell the slurry, we have to go to the northeast corner. And it's like minutes of travel each way. If it's a fair bit of time, actually. And it's not worth anything. We don't, it might be cost effective if I had a trailer that held like 1 million liters or something, like a big modded trailer, which I don't want and I'm not going to get, but then it could be like worth doing. But right now, like I don't know, it's barely worth the diesel fuel and the repair cost on a tractor to like send our slurry, or even on a truck. Like, it's just not worth the money. I don't think it is. We can set it up. We do have 3 million right now sitting around, so. And obviously we're making a lot with, you know, the critters that we have. Now, maybe if we like own the biogas plant, maybe then it would be more worthwhile. I doubt it. All these other productions too. I kind of wish the ethanol plant worked, but I can't. It doesn't really work apparently, so that's kind of sad because that'd be kind of fun. And actually, oh yeah, let's take time to make beats just to, yeah, no. So, I mean, we would have a lot of digestate to do something with, that's for sure. What's digestate worth? Probably nothing. Literally, you can't even sell it. And with precision, anyway, I don't like using manure and slurry and stuff in the fields, digestate, so I have to bring in the sell everything mod, I guess. You know, if I had the sell everything point and it was like kind of like centrally-ish located on the map, not necessarily like in my farms, maybe I would do it. I don't know. It's just such a haul, and it's like not worth the money. Although, what is well, what was the other thing I was just looking at there? If I can't sell digestate though, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It ain't worth doing. That's really what I feel. Oh, I have 3.3 million liters now. Okay. 3.3 million. I don't know. And honestly, as fast as the cows make it, and, you know, you'd probably have to have dedicated, like a dedicated semi-truck or tractor just to run in it. It's a lot of money to tie up for a very small return. So yeah, probably not going to do that. Sell everything mod though. If I could have the sell everything mod, which I don't have, but if I had one of those that like where the farmer's market is on here, I could almost see doing it. Yeah. I would, yeah, I could see putting it at the farmer's market up here. Up here would be cool. That would cut down a lot because, I mean, it's, well, okay, so the way I have auto drive on this map now, it doesn't cross train tracks anywhere. So for me to even get to the biogas plant, everything has to go like east over here by 71, then north. So from the main homestead, that would be even farther of a journey. Copper Creek, it wouldn't be bad though. It'd still take like 10 minutes each way or something, so. Maybe I should make a slurry route where one tractor or one semi drives to every place and grabs slurry, kind of like I have for the milk. Oh, gosh. If I had a modded trailer, I might, but I don't have one, and I don't want one, so there's that. I mean, it is worth something, but it's not worth enough to like justify it, you know? And then I don't give any of the cows straw because there's no manure heaps anyway, like anywhere on this map, which is kind of weird. I mean, I know I can place a manure heap, but it's kind of weird that there is not any manure heaps. That's okay. Oh, yesterday, Chad. I don't know how many. I don't know if this made like national news or not. But in South St. Louis, there's a. Apparently, there's quite an area where there's a whole bunch of like TV broadcast towers. And I don't think I've ever seen them. I don't think I've ever. Well, maybe. Not that I can remember, but apparently yesterday there must have been some guys working on one of the towers. And I guess they were on the ground at the time when this happened, but somebody went and started climbing a tower yesterday, like a big broadcast TV tower. And I don't really know the full story. I assume Buddy got arrested, but he did make it down safe. But at one point, I guess like a worker decided to kind of go up after him, and Buddy was like 200 feet above this guy just sending it, and he was climbing it barefoot too, which I thought was really weird. Like, at least have shoes on, bro. And they ended up going up in like this basket thing, and that's what leads me to believe that there was like work already being done there, because there was also like tarps kind of up around the top of this thing, or like almost at the top of this tower. This tower is like 1,200 feet tall or something. This thing's up there. And I guess Buddy made it to like 800 or 900 feet up. And this worker went up in the little basket thing and actually like, I guess had to like physically restrain the dude from climbing higher, which is kind of wild. But this basket thing that was off the side of this tower yesterday, it was crazy. It's like, there's no way. There's no way. It was like major breaking news here yesterday. It was kind of wild. The funny part was, or what I thought was amusing, obviously everybody was okay, so we can laugh about it. The antenna that he was climbing was for our channel 5 here, which is our NBC in St. Louis, right? And right before that, Pops had turned the TV on at the farm, and he's like, oh, there's no channel 5 today. He's like, that's weird. And then a few minutes later, he turned it to Fox because there was no NBC. He turned it to Fox, and then they come in with breaking news. And I was like, oh, well, that's why there's no NBC here, because they actually turned the tower off because, you know, I didn't realize. I mean, I've never been around a TV antenna really, but apparently it'll straight up cook you, because the radiation coming out of these antennas is so great that it can literally cook you. And so I guess once they realized they had somebody on the tower, they turned the tower off, all the antennas. So for a while yesterday, there was no NBC, at least over the air, in St. Louis. I don't know if cable was still working. I would assume it was. But over the air was definitely off for a while yesterday, like an hour and a half, something like that. But we got to watch them lowering that basket down live anyway. That was, yeah, no thank you. That was way up there. And they had a whole bunch of firefighters on scene. I don't know if they actually, how much they did, or like their construction crew did. But either way, they got the guy down, so that's good. The footage of this thing, like when they started with a live shot of a reporter, and they just like panned up and kept going up and up and up and up and up all the way up this tower. I'm like, holy crap, man. It was wild. Oh yeah, absolutely wild. Just cooking with a AM/FM Really? That's wild. That's wild. Cooking hot dogs. Oh. 2-minute video you just found. Holy crap. Yeah, he was up there. Yeah, he was way up there. Yeah, they came on, I think it was, I don't know, like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I don't remember what time it was. But they're like, breaking news. Like, it was a big thing, interrupting programming. And like, yeah, it was a big deal here, here in St. Louis. Yeah, it's kind of wild though. I think you saw him talk about the guy. Wow. You can post it in Discord if you want. We can't post it here in Twitch chat. You're more than welcome to post it in Discord. But yeah, it was it's kind of wild. Kind of wild. I guess there's a big thing where people climb towers and like do base jumping. Oh, you're on a work computer, otherwise you would. I gotcha. But I guess people do a lot of base jumping off these towers, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I don't know if that's what Buddy was doing or if he was like gonna free fall. I don't know what his intent was, but either way, man, he was up there. You know, the video's wild. Yeah, the video's wild. Time to how you would die of a heart attack. Yeah, I don't think I would want to climb that far. I don't think I would make that either. Yeah, that'd be kind of, yeah, no. I mean, heights don't bother me, but man, he was like 800 feet off the ground. That's, yeah, I'm good. Back when we used to, well, okay, where Dad used to work, they had a man lift they would rent. And a couple of years we rented it. We put lights way up in our trees. And I was only like 50 feet off the ground. Like, that was enough for me, you know? So, yeah. You went up 130 in the ladder truck? Man, yeah. Yeah. So, at least they got him down without incident. He was safe. I assume he got arrested. Speaking of getting arrested, by the way, chat. Speaking of getting arrested, no, I was not arrested, but I got a phone call last night. I actually got 3 of them. Okay. I got 3 phone calls last night. Okay. From person that changes light bulbs gets paid $20,000. Yeah, they get paid bank. So I got 3 phone calls last night and 2 voicemails from somebody who identified themselves as Bubba. No, it was not a grandson. No, it was from a jail in Louisiana. No, like North Louisiana. Okay, so red flag number 1. I don't know anybody that lives, nobody I know in Louisiana would have my phone number, right? Like, I might know people from stream there, but like, nobody's gonna have my phone number. Oh, they also welcome in. Oh, you got, okay, hold on. We'll wait for Adam's ads. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. We'll wait for the ad. And then we'll go on with our jail story. Maybe I should like record part of the voicemail and play the Bubba part where he identified himself as Bubba. Bubba. I think that's what he said. I don't really know. This particular one that I'm dumping in is just to make dry grass or hay, basically. And I bail you out? No, he didn't. No. So I've never had anybody call me from jail before. So I've never heard any of this. Okay. Yeah, nobody's ever called me from being locked up. I only know like 2 people have been locked up, but they didn't call me because they know that I wouldn't have helped them anyway. Especially the one when he got locked up, I would not have helped him. I would have said, "Serves you right. We'll see you I'll see you on Monday, buddy. You're sitting on the weekend in jail." I would not have helped unless he did something really stupid. Chat for the record is why he got locked up. Somebody I know got a DUI, and yeah, they were being very stupid. And thankfully, they didn't hurt anybody. Let's put it that way. They definitely hurt themselves a little bit. Totaled a car, but thankfully they didn't hurt anybody else. But if he would have called me, I would have said, "Have fun, you're staying there." So, anywho, so this call comes in last night, and it pops up right on my phone and says from whatever county jail. So obviously, red flag. I'm not answering that because I don't know who it is. And so I Googled the area code, and it's in like North Louisiana. It's like, yeah, it's again, nobody in Louisiana has my phone number that I know of. At least nobody I know anyway. So I obviously I don't answer it. I get a voicemail a few minutes later, and it goes through the whole thing of like, an inmate at blah 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 county jail is calling you. And then it's like, the inmate is, and it's this dude that comes on the phone, and he just went, "Bubba." But like, I don't know anybody named Bubba. I know of somebody whose nickname's Bubba, but he wouldn't call me if he's in jail, you know, not friends at all. I've never met the guy, so definitely not the Bubba that I know. And so it goes through like the whole thing about like push 1 to accept charges. That's where you were Tuesday. Wait a minute. And it goes through this whole thing about like collecting or accepting charges. And I'm like, well, first off, it's a voicemail. I can't do anything. Second off, I'm not going to push 1 to accept charges because I ain't paying for Bubba's phone call. Sorry, Bubba, but like, I don't know you. So like, I don't know, an hour later, my phone rings again. Same thing. I'm like, okay, this is sus. Except for this time when it like introduced for like the inmate to say his name, he like said it twice and like real aggressive, like he was angry. And I was like, poor Bubba sitting in jail just trying to talk to somebody, and like he's getting angry because he's calling a dude in Missouri, but he doesn't know it, you know. And it's like, okay, I should answer and be like, "Dog, you got the wrong guy." But like, what if he like confesses murdering somebody or something? I don't want that. I'm not, no thank you. Plus I'm not like trying to get charged for, you know, a call from a prison. So he ended up calling again later. The third time though, he didn't leave a voicemail. So I have two voicemails. It's kind of funny though. So yeah, kind of funny. Used to be the public defender. Oh, that's funny, Rox. That's actually amusing now. It's good. Oh, the lime spreader's done. I was like, what is done? The lime spreader. We should probably get the other lime spreader over here and get it going. Maybe on this fill up, when we get full here, we'll go for a pickup truck ride and get the lime spreader moving, and probably get one over here too. So yeah. You can't believe I would ignore that. I don't think I have any cousins named Bubba. And I don't think I have any cousins in Louisiana. And I don't think that any of my cousins would call me if they were locked up. I'm not close with any of my cousins, so there's definitely other people they would call before me. And actually, side note, I don't think any of my cousins know my phone number because I'm not close with any of them. Yeah, I'm not close with any of my cousins. Not a single one of them, actually. Dad's side of the family, all my cousins are like way older. My cousins on dad's side of the family, like their kids are my age. Actually, you know what? My one cousin on dad's side does have my phone number because we texted that time they came to the farm. Yeah, that cousin of mine does have my phone number. Maybe I was his last resort. Well, buddy can rot in jail. Not my problem. Sorry. Not sorry. I mean, if you're getting innocent people don't get bracelets, you know what I mean? I mean, not too often anyway. So, not my problem. Not my problem. I think he was just misdialing like massively. You know? Like that, or he knows somebody from this area, and maybe it was just like one digit. I don't know, but one of your buddies got thrown in the drunk tank. You told him to get comfortable. Nice. Yeah, Bubba's in a safe place. He's fine. And I don't think, you know, I at first I was like, okay, this is obviously a scam. But I don't think it was, because when you listen, when he said his name, although it kind of did just sound like a busy call center, but it also kind of sounded like a county jail. Like, you know, you've seen shows inside of jails, right? What if Bubba's a huge Puma Plow fan? Infinity wasted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Not my problem, Buller, I guess, is kind of what I'm, what my opinion is. Not my problem, dog. I didn't get some nice bracelets, you know? Just saying. He got himself into jail, he can get himself out, you know? That's the way I see it. Sorry, Bubba. From North Louisiana. Or at least he's in North. I assume he's still there. I don't know. Maybe he got out today. It was just a county jail. It wasn't like a big prison, so. Sorry, Bubba. He'll call, he can call you. You'll talk to him. All right, I'll call the prison back. You know what? I'll just, Polar Bear, I'll forward you the number, okay? You can just call and ask for Bubba. I'm sure that'll go well. Yeah, I'm calling from Canada. I'm looking for Bubba. Yeah, nothing can go wrong. Nope, nothing at all would go wrong with this. This seems legit to me. So I don't know who Bubba is, but well, he got to spend a night in jail. I don't know if that was my fault or not. To be honest. This could be 60 days in. True. Help Bubba to affiliate. Oh, Bubba's trying to get affiliate while he's in prison? That's kind of cool. At least you're out of their jurisdiction. They're going to extradite from Canada. Anonymous, thanks for the gift sub to help Bubba to affiliate. Bubba's probably so happy he got a sub. Too bad he can't watch Twitch right now, you know? Shut the jukebox. Well, I'm definitely not calling the number back. I'm definitely not answering it if he calls me again. And I'll definitely fill you guys in if I get more phone calls. Because it's kind of funny. In like a sad way, you know? Like on one hand, I do feel bad for the guy. You know, like he's trying to reach out to somebody. And he's locked up. But again, like, I don't know. You don't usually get locked up too much if you're like innocent, right? Usually. Oh, my phone just went off too. Hold on. What is that? Oh, it's from Wise. I thought it was another call. It's like, uh-oh. Oh, speaking of Wise, Tomcat, did you see the new one? It's got a notification from Wise. We're good. Not another phone call from Bubba. I really like the idea of that new camera. It's a tilt pan, so you can do it from the app, tilt pan chat, and it's got a solar panel, so like I can put it up on top of a gutter or something, and like never have to worry about changing batteries on it or recharging it. They threw the wrong book at him. Should have been the phone book. Yes, clearly. The Wise video. I haven't seen their advertising video. Is it funny? I haven't seen it. Well, stop, truck. Jeez. You know, maybe that was Bubba's truck. Maybe I stole Bubba's truck. Oops. I really like the idea of the camera with the solar panel. I really do. I think I might, if I could figure out how to like mount them to the gutter or something or somewhere on the house. I'm not sure where, but I probably would, to be honest. That's the wrong button. South. Okay. Let's go. But yeah, they're dropping new cameras. So the old Wise company, like aggressively here in the last little while. But honestly, the tilt pan is really cool. Like in all their cameras, any of the cameras that have it, it's really a cool feature to be able to do that. And the fact that this one has got the battery, so it's wireless, or yeah, well, there is a wire, but it's wireless, you know? I like that feature. I don't have to like drill and run USB wires, and I don't have to do any of that. I really like the idea of it. So yeah, I'd have to get me one. If nothing else, I do tend to add cameras around Christmas because of the display, so. You know what? Maybe this was like some underground marketing for GTA 6, actually. Thoughts? They got some dude in prison trying to call people to be like, hey, bail me out in GTA 6. You know, break me out. Not a bail. Break me out, you know? Prison heist edition. You never know, chat. Or maybe it's a GTA 5 expansion and we're just, it's underground marketing. It could be. You never know, chat, right? Oh, man, I've been bamboozled by Rockstar. They had old Bubba. Now, half of my thought on this, I have two thoughts with the whole Bubba situation. One, it's a scam, and it's not a dude sitting in jail. That's actually what I'm kind of leaning towards, because all the, like, the voicemail stuff of, like, the, you know, oh, it's this jail, and it's this blah, 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 and whatever, like, you could spoof all that. That's not a big deal. You could spoof the number of a real jail, of a real county jail. That's not, you could do that. And then, like, the noise in the background when he said his name, that's just a busy call center somewhere, right? And then when he, like, the way he said his name and how angry he was in the second one, especially, it sounded a lot like things I've heard on the Kit Bogus streams / YouTube videos. It kind of sounded like that. So half of me is like, it's a dude sitting in jail that misdialed, but like massively misdialed. The other half is like, it's a total scam. And it's like, what's the angle here? They trying to get bail money? you know, or like, I don't know what the angle is on the scam, if it is a scam, because like I said, I haven't talked to him, so I kind of want to answer it and be like, yo, what up, Bubba, you know, but like I'm not going to. I'm not trying to get myself involved in stuff, and like, no. The third option is it's one of you guys that like thinks they found my phone number, and then so you call it as Bubba from prison, and then I'm talking about it on stream, so then you know you have my phone number. That's the third option. And if so, I'll get a new phone number tomorrow. So, or today. I would do it today. So, just saying. So those are kind of my three thoughts with the whole thing. So yeah. Someone actually called your grandma. Talk to your dad. Yeah, polar bear. It's honestly terrifying, the whole thing. Because I know like people are even doing like AI voices and stuff, and it's like, well, there's plenty of samples of me out there to do that. Oh, just saying. So you're saying I have your phone number? I mean, I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, that's kind of one of my thoughts, you know. Am I gonna get Mint Mobile 5G internet for the farm? Is Mint Mobile 5G internet a thing, Tomcat? Hold on, is that a thing now, Tomcat? Oh, it is a thing. Oh, that's really bright. I can't look at that. It's 30 bucks a month, huh? You know, I'd like to have that. I would. It would be really nice to have, like, internet down there. You're getting ads for it? Yeah, it looks to be a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. Oh, you know what? I did get an email about this the other day, but I didn't, like, read the email. I didn't read the email. And, so I didn't. It is so obnoxiously bright. I can't, okay. As of right now, no, I won't be doing internet at the farm, but I would like to eventually, yeah. I think a Starlink sitting on top of our shed would be pretty sick looking, you know? But it's too expensive. The problem with something like that is I would have to have whatever kind of modem they give you would actually have to go in like a plastic enclosure outside of our buildings, because all of our buildings have like metal sides and roofs. So I would have to get something outside of that in like a plastic weatherproof box, which is totally doable. Or if it could have like an external antenna, I would have to have that. Because the problem is the metal building, and like it just doesn't work. Doesn't work real good. But yeah. Yeah, there's lots of options. Yeah, I've kind of briefly looked into this a little bit in the past with like, what is it, the Verizon or T-Mobile home internet one. I've kind of looked into it a little bit. Why did I cross? I don't know what I'm doing. Just crash it. Why not? But anyway, that's what I would have to do. Yeah, is get something that can either be external antennaed or physically, it would have to be outside. So, actually, you know what? We have the pole that our lights on, our dusted on light, would be perfect. And technically, if I really wanted to, I could tap into the power there, put a weatherproof box up there with an outlet. Oh, that would be sweet, actually. It's far enough away from the shed, and then run like an Ethernet or something into the shed. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'd have to actually see the hardware that what they give you. I'm sure I could watch a YouTube video and figure it out. Go from there. But yeah, because we actually have, if you go outside of the buildings at the farm, we actually have pretty okay, like 5G. Like it's actually really good 5G, especially if you get a little bit farther away from the buildings. But even if you're just right next to the buildings, the 5G is pretty good. It's just inside the building, there's like no internet. And then realistically, we all know if I were to get like actual internet at the farm, the amount of lice cams we would have. Although it would be sick, because like right now we could just be like, oh, what's the rye look like in the garden? And we could just punch it up and show it on stream. Like, that would be cool. Just saying. That would be really neat. I'm sure there's data caps and stuff on that though, like I said. That's all right. So realistically, I need something without a data cap. So I could just like have a live cam of the farm all the time. That would be so cool. Or like, you know, when they're combining, you know, we could like watch that. Be kind of cool actually. I mean, they're not like the highest quality cameras, so it wouldn't look great, but better than nothing, you know. I need like some super PTZ camera mounted on top of the shed where I could zoom in like, you know, 5 miles if I wanted to. Now that would be cool. I need 2, one on the north side of the shed, one on the south side of the shed. And then we could watch the world. We could have the sunset of the night, you know. It'd be great. Oh man, right now we could watch at night, watch the skunks, you know, tear up all the grass at the farm. That'd be fun. Be a good time. There's skunks, lots of skunks right now. You know, they take all the crops out around the farm, and well, you know, and the skunks are there's lots of them, let's put it that way. The yard was, I cut Wednesday before our pumpkin party, so a week ago yesterday. And then like Sunday going back down there for the first time, like the amount of yard that was just absolutely tore up and destroyed from the skunks digging, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And it actually, if they get digging too much, or if it's a bigger skunk, it makes it hard to walk. Which is always a fear of mine for the pumpkin party, because we do have some older folks that come to the party, and it's like, man, I would hate for one of them to like twist an ankle and go down, you know. So it's always a concern that we have, or I have anyway, before the pumpkin party. Thankfully, the skunk that we did have, or we must have running around the farm now, it's a little one, and so the digs are very small. So it's not digging like these giant holes like the big ones like to do. So it's not as bad as it could be. But no, some real internet at the farm would be awesome. I've been saying for a long time I would love to set up like a streaming rig down there. Not to like, you know, sit and play farm sim, but like, oh, we're gonna tear apart the engine on this tractor today. Let's fire up a stream and like hang out. Like that would be fun. I think that kind of stuff could be way fun to like, you know, stream on a Sunday afternoon for a couple hours, you know. I think it'd be awesome. Just saying. Could be a good time. Logistically, I don't know how to do it all. I mean, the first step obviously would be to have internet. You know, get you some cameras and stuff, and you'd have to have some kind of like wireless microphone situation maybe. And you'd have to have some monitor. Like it would be a whole thing. But it could be really cool. But with the shed having mice in it sometimes, and the amount of dust, like anything you do in there, you know, I wouldn't go out and buy like new components, let's say, to put a PC down there, I'd find something old. That, like, if it fries itself, it fries itself kind of thing, you know? But yeah, you'd have to blow it out constantly with a air compressor because the amount of dirt that flies around down there is unreal sometimes. Or just need like an old deep freeze, like a stand-up freezer to keep it in, and then like you just open it when it's running, and otherwise you leave it shut. Keep the dust out, keep the mice out. That could actually work. Like, gotta have like a clean cabinet, basically. Make like a freezer, a cabinet. That would actually gotta work, not gonna lie. And then you open it when you're running it because of, you know, heat and stuff. That'd be kind of interesting. Or just need like a big Pelican case with like, and again, you just close it when you're not using it. With like a laptop in it or something, I don't know. But I've even thought like it'd be cool, like, you know, to maybe set up like this is where we work on tractors, and then like maybe another kind of partial setup like inside our shop where, like, you know, you'd have just a monitor mounted, run the wire back to wherever your computer is, you know. It'd be kind of cool. But yeah, thanks for that follow, appreciate you. Welcome in. What's poppin'? I just need one of those, what is it, the IRL backpacks, you know? That's all we need. Oh boy, I guess, I don't know. The mice find it in the idea, yeah. Well, you know, the other option you could do is like whatever you have up, you just have to pack it up every time, but that would suck. Although really, like a monitor with like an HDMI wire, you could just leave that up and they wouldn't bother that. But I'd be worried about like having a computer tower sit there, you know. That would become a giant mouse nest pretty fast. Although really, we don't have too much of an issue with mice in our big shed. You know, for starters, there's no food. There's nothing for them to eat inside of our shed. So I feel like that probably helps us out. And then we do keep poison in our shed, and we do keep some traps. So you know, like, you know, when you're stirring up stuff or cleaning up stuff, and we don't really find like too much evidence of mouse too often, you know. Every once in a while, but not on a regular basis. And that could be anything from like chewed on paper towels to, you know, their presents they leave behind. We don't really find any of that, so I know there are mice in that building, but it's not like overwhelming amounts. Not like it used to be. It used to be really bad. But that was before we kept poison in there all the time, and traps, and back when Grandpa was still farming and stuff. I mean, he always used to have cats around the farm, but there were still always mice in the buildings. So now back in our hog shed building that used to be the hog shed, most of the time when we open that up, you can just smell. You can tell there's been mice in there. That building kind of sucks, but the big shed's not too bad. So yeah. Having issues with the game. Nothing's producing. Did you add any mods to your game recently? That sounds like a mod issue. Because that's weird for everything to stop producing and your fields to not grow. Yeah, you got something massively wrong with your game. I've never actually heard of all those things happening to somebody's game. That's kind of wild, but I would, if you added any mods, I would delete them. Yeah, I would, instantly delete them. What? So it produced, yeah, so what's wrong with that? It's working. I'm so confused. I mean, but after fast timing, it's working. So I don't know what the problem is now. Because you just said you're having all these problems, but after sleeping, it's working. So how fast do you want your cows to produce milk? Like, they take time. You know, in your fields, they only progress like once a day, or maybe not even, you know? Like, you do have to progress. If you have to progress through the year to get your farm to do stuff. Like, that's just the way the game is, you know? Like, once you plant, you actually have to progress time to get it to grow. Once you buy cows and feed them, you have to progress time to get them to make milk. They don't just instantly make, you know, all the milk. That stuff only works like, you know, fields anyway. It's only like once a day. So sounds like you just need the fast time, honestly. Sleep, fast time, same difference, you know? So I don't know. I gotta move these, what are they called? Swathers. Lime spreaders here. Must move the swathers. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what your issue is there. It sounds like you just need the fast time. At least that's what it sounds like to me. But that's just me. I don't know. It's a weird one. Maybe you just need to go in cab. Never mind. Sorry, that's an inside joke at this point. That's definitely an inside joke at this point. Alright, let's fire this. Fold that. And pivot. Pivot. Right. So let's see. We also have, oh, well, okay. 17 is going to be ready. The rest of those are first day ready to harvest. So, of course, we don't harvest on first day ready to harvest. Wait for the second day. Get way more grass. Just saying. Pivots. Alright, this one we're going to have to find a parking spot for, probably, because like I said, I'm not mowing the other stuff right now. Let's send this guy here. I don't know what, no, not there. Not there. We can't send him there. Send him here. It's fine. Go. Boy, get out of the way of the lime. Gotta go fast. Alright. That lime's gonna take a while to spread down here, but that's okay. It's all good. Like I said, we still got one more field to mow. I don't understand it, chat. Sorry. When the first time comes home from work, like he just pulled in the driveway, he's here on lunch. He takes a late lunch every day. Um, he pulls in the driveway and like at least one tire, maybe two. Like I don't have a super wide driveway. It's only a one car, right? But like you got a whole street to turn in from, right? It's a decently wide street. He puts at least one, sometimes two tires in the grass. And it's like, no wonder I have problems with the tube lights that I put along the driveway at Christmas. Because buddies out here just can't keep the car on the driveway. It's not that hard, honestly. It's really, really not. We're about to, yeah, 2.6 million right now. Let's go. It's pretty good. And it's not like a once in a while occurrence either, by the way. It's every day. Every day. No wonder I have trouble with those lights. Oh, man. It's kind of funny, though, honestly. In a really sad way, it's kind of funny. All you gotta do is swing wide a little bit, you know? Oh. All right. And he doesn't have a big vehicle either, for the record, so. It's, like, extra funny to me. But that's okay, I guess. It's actually the reason I don't put the lights right on the edge of the driveway either. Offset them like a foot. Oh, man. All right, back to the grass field. We do need to go move the other lime spreader again. But actually, that's overplaying. He should be. We got to buy 25. So let's see. I don't think we've applied over here yet. 5. No. We're getting done. It's all good. Is it gonna freeze? Probably almost did last night. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if the farm did. I did see yesterday watching the news, there was freeze warnings north and east, I think, or north and west or something of St. Louis. But when I was going to bed last night, Tom Gad, I saw like 35 on my weather station. Which means down at the farm, being out of the out in the country, it probably did freeze last night. Which honestly, the farm's not winterized at all, so kind of a problem. Tonight's low is 43. And then after that, our next lowest temperature is like, what is that, next Thursday at 41. So we're like in 60s and like upper 40s and 50s for lows right now. That's kind of where we're at weather-wise. So did it freeze where you're at yet, Tomcat, or no? You're pretty far south though. But yeah, it's kind of nice. I do have a chance to rain tomorrow. I'm actually cutting grass tomorrow, chat. Before stream. At least that's the plan, so. Yeah. Pops has to go pick up a, demo machine today. And then I guess we're cutting grass here in town with it tomorrow. Not yet. You have a warning? I got you. You have to go cover up all that, flowers around your pond and stuff, right? Or just like water them early before the sun comes up. Something like that. Save them. Typically by now, though, I feel like we should have had a frost. Because normally right around the time of our pumpkin party, um, is when we get our first frost. They can die. All right, Carol Baskin, calm down. God. Oh, man. Tell us how you really feel. Jeez. Oh, goodness. No, the farm's not winterized at all, so. Typically, like, a little bit of frost doesn't hurt anything. It's when we start getting down to, like, you know, if they forecast, like, 30 degrees for the city, we're talking, like, mid-20s at the farm, and, like, that's when, you know, we need to make sure the toilet's winterized, the sink in our bathroom's winterized, the air compressors, you know, people forget about air compressors. You got to make sure those are winterized. You just drain them. That kind of stuff. And then it has to get real cold. If they're talking like low, like 20s, maybe like a forecasted low of 20s, 25, let's say, that's when we typically like unplug our refrigerator. And then we put in a light inside of our fridge so it runs all the time to keep the fridge actually from freezing. Because we do keep, you know, stuff in the fridge down there, all your beverages. So we don't want it to freeze, obviously. Man, chat, I'm dying right now. Sorry, y'all. I can't talk. Kind of a problem considering I talk for a living. Kind of a problem. Oh, you know what, chat? It would be a real shame if I wasn't feeling well on Sunday and couldn't go to that event. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. What's poppin'? Chat, is that my angle? Is that how I get out of it? Is that how I get out of going Sunday? I don't feel well. Oh, man. Oh, you do have stuff you save. I got you. Okay. Tony needs me. True. If anything, what's going to happen is Tony and I will probably end up hanging out. Pops will talk to anybody. He doesn't care. So Pops will probably go, you know, me in there and talk to somebody. But like Tony and I will probably just like, you know, go hang out. Just two of us probably. So that's what I predict happening, but we'll see. Never know. But maybe that's my angle. Yeah, sorry. What's the old one? You got a certain kind of glaucoma. I can't see myself, you know, that one. I can't say it on stream, but yeah, that one. Left, I thought you were being serious for a minute. Left just sent me a joke in the DMs. Cause I'm like, man, the first part of that, I'm like, I recognize that. Yeah, like that. That makes sense, Left. But then the second part was funny. So, yeah. Wow. Gotta love a random Left DM joke, you know. It's one of those that's like not appropriate for stream, but like you could probably spin it to make it kind of appropriate. Oh man, poor ice cream man. Just saying. Dude, we used to get so excited when the ice cream man would come to the neighborhood. It was the best, chat. It was the best. But yeah. Could, but it would lose flavor. It would, yeah, that's true, actually. I ain't sharing much Black Cat, to be honest. It just had one like word, you know. Yeah, there was one for sure thing in there that we can't say on stream. I mean, we could, but like I don't, you know. And I appreciate y'all for not, you know. So there's that. Just one like phrase. Oh goodness. But that's all right. All right, it's back to pick up more. Never enough grass. This might. Yeah, we'll probably let the grass go. We'll go ahead and lime it, fertilize it like we're gonna keep it, and then eventually it's gonna get turned into corn. So, but obviously it's September. I can't plant corn right now. Obviously, that's okay. So yeah, we'll get it figured out. The other day, this loading wagon, the PTO shaft up here on the front, or actually maybe it was this one. One of them was like inside of the hopper, like down here, right in the center. It was kind of goofy looking. I just like unhooked and hooked it back up and it was fine, but it was kind of funny looking there for a minute. That's for sure. Oh yeah, we got another field to mow too. I forgot about that. Should probably get that more started.
L3FT4D3 at cheered X100. Why did the pumpkin lose the boxing match? He let his gourd down.
He let his gourd down. All right, left. Thanks for the bits. Oh goodness, it's a good one. It's a good one. Let his gourd down. Very timely, you know. Kind of a fall joke. It's fall, y'all. You know. Just saying. Speaking of it's fall, y'all, we've got on the back of our little tractor ride that we do for the kids at the pumpkin party. So we got 5 little wagons that we put behind our one tractor, and I mean their wagons are big enough. Apparently they did an adults only ride, which like it's kind of sketchy because those wagons are not really rated for like adults to be riding around, you know. And on the last wagon, we made a flagpole, and we have a flag in there that says it's fall y'all or happy fall y'all or something. I thought that cart was gonna like tip over the other day because it was so windy, and that flag was catching so much wind. Can somebody block from left router? Wow. Rock made you a weird video that shouldn't have. Oh god, that's weird, Tomcat. But yeah, I thought the little cart was gonna fall over. It was so windy. It was awful. And then we have, you know, those like floor mats you can buy. We buy them at Harbor Freight, but they like lock together like puzzle pieces, kind of. We have those. Oh, okay, I got you. So that's, yeah, that would make sense. We have those in like all the little carts to give them a little bit of cushion, and usually they fit pretty tight, but for some reason, like with the wind, they kept blowing out of the cart on Sunday too. It was not good. Not good at all. We finally just had, oh, and we lost a wheel bearing on one of the wheels too on the cart. We went down a cart during the pumpkin party, so it's kind of a whole thing, honestly. That's okay. Somehow we lost like the nut that held the wheel on and the wheel bearing, so I'm really hoping I don't find the wheel bearing with the lawnmower, or at least if I do find it, hopefully I'm pointed in a direction where there's nothing to hit when I find it with the lawnmower. So but honestly, unless we get some more rain, I don't know that I'll be cutting grass again at the farm this fall. It's just like not reacting to that rain at all right now. So, yeah. I kind of was thinking about actually grabbing some, trying to jumpstart our yard here in town again. Grab a little fertilizer maybe, and then like water it a bunch. I like to have somewhat of a green yard for doing lights, but as it stands right now, I mean, this is what the backyard looks like, and the front yard pretty much looks the same. Brown, nasty. So yeah, pretty well looks the same. It's not good. But if we put a little fertilizer and start watering, I mean, the grass is there. It's just kind of dormant right now. So yeah, that's all. Left. I'm not 100% sure, but probably right after Halloween. Which is like, that's coming up, isn't it? Halloween's like a week from tomorrow. I don't know. I kind of like the way Pops and I did lights last year, or mostly I did, but we, instead of trying to kill ourselves and like bring home all of it in a day, and then like typically in the past what we would do is we would get a trailer from where Dad used to work, an enclosed trailer. Don't have access to that anymore because it sold at an auction. So, but we used to grab that trailer and we would work our butts off one day to bring everything home. It was like 2 or 3 trips, and then everything would get piled in the backyard in a big old pile, and then I would work on it, you know, over time. It was such a killer. So the way we kind of started doing this last year was like, we just go to the farm and let's say we grab, you know, 3 or 4 wireframe deer, right? Bring them home, put them up, go back down, you know, maybe not even the same day, because like we were still doing stuff at the farm, but like doing stuff here, we're still whatever, right? But like it was a lot more trips, but we brought like less per trip, and therefore it's like easier to only worry about a few things at a time. I mean, not having the access to that trailer anymore, so we don't haul as much at a time. But I mean, obviously we could still use the trailer that we used for like the lawnmower, but the enclosed trailer is really nice because you would just pile it full of everything. But I kind of like the little bit slower way that we did it, like starting last year. So we'll probably try to do that again this year, where it's a little more relaxed. And yeah, plus like we're still building stuff for this year, so yeah, it's the whole thing. Whoever does titles, they're a month late. Sean does titles. I don't even know what my title is today. Is that bad, Miles? A month late, huh? Oh, you know what? I do know what the title is. Yeah. That is true. That is late, isn't it? Well, you know, Sean said he didn't feel good, so the other day. We'll chalk it up to that. Because, yeah, that is kind of late. And actually, really, if you think about it, Niles, the whole thing just kind of doesn't make sense. There's not, at least not where I live, there's no leaves down in September. Maybe up where he lives. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of late. You're right. This thing needs to go faster. Go faster. We speed boost it. Oh, yeah. Not really. Never mind. We'll let him. We'll go grab a lime spreader, get it moved. Because that's a never-ending process that needs to continue. All right. Because, yeah, September's been over for like a while, huh? All right, we got 25 and then 5, 14 over there to do. Okay. Those fields don't all have to happen like right now. for the record. Since I'm not planting those till April. Don't need to worry about it. You don't have to worry about leaves on that tree. I got you. I got you. You know, we should mow this little patch again too, actually. You know what? Why don't we do that? Why not? This has been making, this is alfalfa that makes all of our food for the sheep. So it's kind of nice to have, actually. It's actually something else I really should probably buy on here is more sheep. I have a couple sheep barns with no sheep in them, but I'm not going to spend the money on them today. At least not right now. I already got pelted by one. Oh, I used to cut grass at this house, and they had, what is it? Oak trees with acorns. And it was just like certain times of the year, mate. It was like you were taking your life in your own hands by going out there and mowing grass for them. Because you were just getting annihilated the whole time. Oh, it was terrible. And then there would be so many down in their yard. Because I didn't clean those. I didn't get paid to clean them up. I just got paid to cut the grass. But there would be so many down in the yard. Like at times it was hard to walk. Because you were basically walking on marbles. It was not fun. That was my favorite. Like, not yard. The yard kind of sucked, but favorite customer. Customers, yeah, they were super nice people, so we kind of dealt with it, but it really did suck. Alright, let's go move that lime spreader one more time while we let stuff mow. Over here. Right, let's go boogity, boogity, boogity. And then... So technically our next move is going to be, okay, fast time, then all the soybeans are going to be ready. Okay. So then technically we'll have 3 more fields to mow. Which I don't think I'm going to do that on stream today. So we're going to be in soybean harvest for a while. So it'll be okay. Just really need to learn to slow down right there, huh? How fun is that? It's not my truck, therefore let's crash it, you know? I mean, come on. Why not? Yeet. That is one nice thing about these trucks, man. They fly. And, like, you can get from point A to point B pretty fast. Like, it is obviously a lot slower than, like, tabbing or using the map, but you can get around. Especially being a 4X map, it's kind of nice to have the speed. That's okay. And actually, chat, we might just chill with this lime spreader because it's about to be my break time here in a couple minutes. And Buddy's only got like the one field back here to do anymore, so might just chill with lime spreader. So you don't park on auto drive anywhere. Always got to check that. Definitely leave Nick's truck running because, yep. Although it is a good sized field, but that's the last one down here for this particular. I mean, still got to do 5. But it's okay. Buddy's going to want to go get more lime, and I'm going to say no. No. Go spread. Spread the lime. Wait, 61 got harvested. Hold up. Is there a contract for that? Hold up. Is there a cultivating or plowing? There's not. Because that field, like, it would be so nice to get that back out of that. 69. There's a contract. Spray it. 6, 7. I've seen a bunch of people on TikTok. They're doing like Halloween costumes, or one of them will be like 6 and one will be 7. It's hilarious and really stupid at the same time. For the record, buddy, I want you to go back here. Go to that marker, maybe. How about that? Let's go. This is Judith. Yep, we're still chugging away on Judith. Judith Plains, good old Montana. We are here. We're here until the DLC comes out, like, you know, next week. They're 2 weeks away. Less than 2 weeks away, whatever it is. That's when we'll be changing maps. It's huge. This is a big map, yeah. It's a good old 4X. And yeah, some of these fields, like field 61 for example, it is 133 acres, which is pretty big. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I really just want to like a plowing or cultivating contract on 61 to get it out of what is it right now? Is that clover or alfalfa? I always get those two confused. It's alfalfa. Could you imagine how much yield that would be? If that was fully fertilized and fully like limes and everything, that would be outrageous amounts. That would be outrageous, honestly, for the yield. I don't know where you'd go with all of it. You'd have to like bale it and sell it, or just pick it up loose and sell it as alfalfa. I don't know what you would even do with that. Just saying. Haze Fode. Yeah, well, actually, that would be something we could do with it. We do have our dryer. Our dryer would hold 5 million, but I would guess there's more than 5 mil in that field, to be completely honest. But we need to work on carrots too, chat. Need to work on carrots. Probably need to work on that after we fast them a day, to be honest. But that's okay. So, because right now we are out of carrots, except for in those root crop storages that we have. We have almost 2.2 million carrots. So we got to get the carrots out of the root crop. I don't know if I want to like, I mean, they're not set up on auto drive right now, I guess is the dilemma. I can set them up, I guess. Set up one of them and then let it rip. Apparently that truck has rice in it though. From going through our storage the other day, and I was like, what can I get rid of? Rice. I don't know why it's still just sitting there. So all right, well, we're gonna ride with this here lime spreader. He's down to 20%, so he's gonna go get more lime after a while here. He's still at 20%. He's not going through it very fast, so I'm gonna run and take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. BRB.